One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Baylor Bears, McLean Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference taking on another unit from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Bears will get us started with the opening kickoff. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. It's Tyson. And the Sun Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to pass. It's Levitt. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Got it in the middle. It's Moss. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? Third down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day one install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration out front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Wants to fire on second down. Looking left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
The Sun Devils are flying down the field. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll pull it on the read. And they save the touchdown, getting him out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see.
And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be danged, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. On the run, it's Washington. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the jet motion. Finding an escape route. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Bears, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Back to throw, it's Robertson. Looking to the big tight end. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
The coaches talked about gotta get to the quarterback, gotta ruffle his feathers a little bit. How about this first drive, man? They've already sacked him twice. This will pay dividends throughout a football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Now from inside the red zone. Setting up the screen. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! A great catch and run for 6. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Levin. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They'll go back to the ground. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got a man, it's McClain. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. He unleashed that one, some serious spin rate, some revolutions on that one.
You want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm, he takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
No Cam Scatterboo this season, guys. He was the definition, all-purpose workhorse back a year ago. He put Arizona State in the national spotlight. David, how do you replace a guy who was not only so productive, but was really the heart and soul of the team's identity?
Well, you know what's nice, Reese? It's nice to have a quarterback that's a superstar, a budding superstar. Sam Levitt is that guy. Can run it, can throw it. Showed so much moxie last year. The offense might look a little bit different, but it's nice to have a trigger man like that.
And the Sun Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs. He can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted deep in his own end. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll try to do it himself. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. These guys got their nose bloodied in the Big 12 last year. They took it personally through the offseason and eager to atone this year.
And guys this year are just going to have to step up and make more plays as well. And they've got some dudes who they feel are very, very talented but weren't always playing to their potential last year, David, it's got to start in game one in conference play this season.
No doubt. We got to set the tone early, send a message early. We're not that team from a year ago. Like, that was a bad season. That was a down season. We're going to turn this around. Got to get that momentum created game one if you want this season to be successful.
It'll be 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Robertson. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown Bears! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. Clemson is putting on a show offensively. It feels like this one was over when they touched Howard's Rock. They're up 14 over Syracuse. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Tyson. Nice move there. Past the sticks, and he may get more. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To throw, it's Levitt. Makes the grab, it's Brown. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Fires to the big fella. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is
fires deep toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. It was against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Connection to the right. And what a throw to get it in there, and they've got it in business in the red zone at the 13. The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Udo. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Whips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
They were trying to get the ball to running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body.
Touchdown, Sun Devils! Great job by the back on the option.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they wanted now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room and couldn't find much on that return. This drive will open from the 15. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Dropping back, it's Robertson. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Washington. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
It's really nice to be a quarterback in today's football when running backs are basically wide receivers. Not only can you split them out, you keep them at running back, nothing open, I dump it to him. Look at that. He makes a big play for me.
Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Makes the grab. It's Wilson. Turning on the Jets. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Bears are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, the power run here. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. Across the 25, he's got room. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the...
Touchdown, Baylor! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Tyson. That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on first down and couldn't pull it off. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Here comes the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Trying play action. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's got great speed. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
We just went to half and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
Back to throw. It's Levin. Still looking on the move. He'll get rid of it. Complete to the right. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He wants to take the top off. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Sun Devils line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Robertson. Quickly out to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. And the defense was just daring them to throw over the top, and the offense didn't, and they got stuck.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Offense couldn't get anything going in rhythm there. They're just trying to give themselves some space and couldn't come up with a completion on 3rd down. Looks like they're going to be punting.
And the Sun Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And now the ball is knocked free. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up in great field position.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Slings it downfield. Working that left side. It's a seam wide open. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. option. Quick toss. He has the first and still on his feet. He'll go out of bounds right at the 36-yard line, and the running game making its presence felt. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. And the Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Robertson. Quick completion on the out route. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Prentice. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Quickly complete. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort.
Touchdown, Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Oh, they're after him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And they swarm him under. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. On third down, he drops the throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. It's caught. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to it.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shot. Unsuccessful, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take some more of those.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And the Sun Devils in a good spot here with second and short.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Fires toward the end zone. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He's brought down, a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Runs into a wall. They'll give him one out to the 8.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Looking downfield, it's Robertson. Finds his tight end. Brought down at the 23. It's a 15-yard pickup to get him way out of their own end.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They want that clock to run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
Takes the handoff. It's Washington. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Here's a heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll check the spot. I think they'll have it right around the 40-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to go up top on first down. He's looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for a man. It's Levin. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive at that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
I think at this point of the game, down 2 possessions, the passing game, you just have to be a little bit sharper. And they don't look like they're in rhythm. You saw it on that last third down. I think you got to go now if you're on offense on fourth down. The sense of urgency is cranking up, but you need to be more precise in the passing game.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Bringing the heat. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And after failing to get that fourth down, it is basically desperation point now. Their defense has to come up with a quick takeaway or at least get a fast 3.
There he goes. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. The Bears come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking for a crease. It's Washington. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Offense set on first down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play.
Timeout, Arizona State.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
One more play to pad the stats. To the air, it's Levin. Floating away. Myers on the move. Got his man downfield. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big.